What's poppin', everybody? Back with another video. In this video, we gotta talk about this Drake versus UMG, this defamation lawsuit. Just when you think the situation was over, Drake apparently is now filing a federal, I repeat, federal defamation lawsuit against UMG over the Not Like Us song. You know, Drake's claiming that UMG used Not Like Us to tear down his career. He's suing a label for defamation, but it gets worse. It gets way worse because in this lawsuit, Drake is even snitching on streamers, Twitch streamers, content creators, reactionary content creators on YouTube. I mean, everybody from RDC, from Kai Cenat, everybody is named in this lawsuit as somewhat aiding or siding with Kendrick. And, you know, Kendrick lifted the copyright restrictions on Not Like Us for those reaction content creators to just go crazy, and they did. You know, that's how they make their bread.
Dimitri, I'm trying to get your legal advice from trying to get your legal advice on something real quick. Sure. So is there any play in a countersuit with Drake's lawsuit, being that he mentioned us? I'm on screen, by the way. Because I'm not gonna lie, like when I saw me and B. Lou was mentioned in the lawsuit, I haven't been at ease all day. Yeah, it said that it made claims that we reacted in a certain way because UMG lifted our copyright, and I've been getting all kinds of threats from OVO, and like my family been getting threats. They've been like finding my address. I've just been distressed all day.
Now it's time to break down the real. We're gonna break this down. We're gonna talk about the real issue going on. The real reason that Drake is doing all this, because let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it 100. Drake is close to a billionaire. He's rich. He doesn't need money. So this lawsuit's not about money. So the lawsuit is about, okay, he claims that all these streams are botted and the label was working against him and siding with Kendrick and pushing all Kendrick's diss records. We get it. But the real thing, the real reason Drake is losing sleep over this whole situation and just won't take a L and move on and say, hey, I lost the rap battle, is because Super Bowl coming up. And you know, Super Bowl halftime, Kendrick Lamar is going to play. He's going to perform Not Like Us and call Drake a PDF file. A PDF file. Adobe Acrobat PDF file. And you're probably thinking, okay, what's the big deal? He's performed on Amazon. He did the whole Amazon concert where he performed Not Like Us. Look, everybody doesn't watch Amazon TV. Everybody. People that don't even listen to hip hop, that don't even like rap, they might just listen to like punk rock. They might listen to alternative, they might just listen to jazz music or country, but everybody takes a break, sits down, eats dinner with their family, and watches the Super Bowl. Nobody's missing Super Bowl halftime. So people that's not even familiar with this beef, this situation, they're gonna be like, wait, why is he dissing Drake? He really doesn't like this Drake fella. Oh, he's a PDF file, allegedly. You know what I mean? So it's like Drake feels like this whole song Not Like Us, because it was such a big hit, it's permanently stained his reputation and career. And I get that, I understand that. I'm not saying Drake is wrong about that. You can't poke the bear. Like sometimes you met your match and you can't really control how far somebody's willing to take a rap beef. Like once you initiate combat, you know, you can't control that. It's like if I walk up to a stranger and I slap the hell out of him, I slap him in the face, or I punch him in the face, and he like beats my face in, where I'm like deformed because he just wouldn't let up. He just keep beating on my face. I mean, I started this back and forth. Like I initiated the attack, and then like I can't control that this person may have took it too far. You know, I can't cry now because I started it. Like Kendrick's one of those rappers, like he's a real lyrical assassin. He's a wordsmith. It's like, this is a type of person, and he's from Compton. It's like, this is the type of person you don't start anything with. You know, you don't know how far they're willing to take it, you know, and I feel like he just underestimated Kendrick, because I think he didn't think Kendrick could make a hit song that was a diss record. That's the thing that Drake underestimated Kendrick about, because he thought this was gonna be like a Pusha T situation, because Pusha had that story of Adidon or whatever. I know I'm butchering the name, but stick with me. That diss record could have been the nail in the coffin for Drake's career, but it wasn't something that you could play on the radio. You know, it was very boom bap, real 90s hip hop feel. It didn't have that vibe of like, oh, this gonna ring off in the clubs. So it didn't really have an impact it didn't have that staying power where it stayed in people's mind, or like we played that song all summer, played it all winter and all fall. Like it was a real lethal like diss record, and it probably would have been even more potent had this been 15, 16 years ago. You know, like if this was like back in the Jay-Z and Nas days where that type of music was like what people listen to on a daily basis. Yeah, I think that diss track would have really hurt Drake. But Drake like kind of escaped that beef and was still able to make hit record after hit record, and it didn't really phase him like that. It kind of showed a little weakness, like a little break in his armor. You know, like, oh, he's not invincible. That's basically what that beef showed, that Drake isn't invincible lyrically. But that should have been a sign that you don't want to mess with really lyrical dudes. So fast forward to this Kendrick beef. Kendrick is not Pusha T. I mean, I feel like he's a little more skilled, well, a lot more skilled lyrically than Push, where he can craft up a hit record. He can get with DJ Mustard and craft up a dance record that's going to ring off in the clubs and embarrass you because it's a diss record. Kendrick proved he can do that. I don't think Drake ever saw that coming. I don't think he thought that was possible, because if you listen to the Pimp a Butterfly and a lot of Kendrick's music, and if you're not a real Kendrick fan, you might be like, nah, Kendrick ain't got it in him to make hits, because hit records is what Drake is known for. Drake is known for the big number ones. Like Drake's been running hip hop for like 10, 12 years. Like he's known for the guy that had the number 1 slot, the number 2 slot, the song of the summer. Yeah, it's just the TikTok songs where everybody's using Drake's music to dance to on TikTok. Like that's Drake. So Drake didn't think Kendrick could do that. And Kendrick proved like, yo, I'm every bit as talented as you are, bro, if not more. And that's what this battle has shown. And I feel like that's making Drake lose sleep at night. Like he can't fathom that, you know. And it's funny because Drake's mad at the streamers and the YouTubers for reacting to Not Like Us and their reactions going viral, but they reacted to every Drake diss record too. So they reacted to Family Matters, they reacted to every Drake and Kendrick diss record. It's just like, what do you want from them? They're doing their job as content creators. They're going to make a reaction. If Drake drops an album, they're going to react to Drake's album. If they, you know, Drake's got an album with Party Next Door, they're going to react to that. So it's like they're just doing their job as content creators. I feel like they shouldn't be named in the lawsuit. And then you got OVO fans harassing them like, oh, da da da. It's a lot. It's crazy. You know what? I'll be honest. I think Drake should have reached out to Kendrick and was like, yo, let's have a sit down. Let's talk about this, and then kind of squash the beef. Because then I feel like Kendrick would have spared him, and maybe he wouldn't have did the Super Bowl doing Not Like Us, or, you know, it's just, I feel like if they squashed it, it would have kind of helped Drake more than it helped Kendrick, because it would have been like, okay, we're gonna stop the bleeding here, and we're gonna stop picking on you. Because like at this point it's just not fair, you know. It's just horrible. I mean, once they start playing Not Like Us with the whole band and the fireworks at the Super Bowl, this is gonna be ugly. It is gonna be ugly. So I feel like this is Drake trying to get in front of it and win some type of defamation with UMG and kind of like slow things down, and also prove like, hey, look, this song ain't even all that. This song is not even a hit. It's all botted. Everything's fake, you know. But it's just like, Drake, you're drawing more attention to this song. It's got you losing sleep. And it's crazy because like, this is a person that's extremely wealthy and extremely successful, and he can't let this song go. He just can't let this die down. It's equivalent to like if Nas dropped Ether and then Jay, instead of dissing Nas back, was like, yo, I'm about to sue you defamation. There's no way everybody likes this song Ether, and Nas is like a underground boom bap rapper. It's like, yo, to me, Jay-Z lost the battle between with Ether. I think Jay lost. I'll be the first one. I've said this since I was, I don't know, in my younger years. I always felt like Nas won that battle, but I feel like Jay, of course, had the better career because he didn't let that consume him. He moved past it and start making incredible music, and then people just forgot about it, you know. And it was one of those things where like, that's what I thought Drake was going to do, and then Drake took this legal route, and it's just, man, it's just such a bad look, because a lot of rappers been through embarrassing stuff. I remember when people called Rick Ross. Rick Ross had lied to everybody on BET. It was like Big Tigger in the basement or something, and Rick Ross was like, yo, y'all hating on me. I never was a correctional officer. I don't know what y'all talking about. I've been a boss my whole life. I'm Rick Ross. Da, da, da. And then they dug up actual photos of him being sworn in as a correctional officer, and proof, like actual proof, documents that he was a correctional officer. And everybody's like, oh, he's a fraud. He lied. He's a fraud. And then Rick Ross went on to drop hit single after hit single, a dope album, and then people just kind of just forgot about it. Like, hey, he was a correctional officer, you know, he had a job. Oh, what, you know, what's the big deal? Because they were trying to like kind of say, oh, because he's a correctional officer, he was a cop, he was a police officer. Kind of, they were trying to like relate the two, even though of course a correctional officer and a police officer is totally different. But you know, that's the kind of narrative that they were pushing on this whole Rick Ross thing, and Rick Ross just overcame it with great music. Now, I'm sure Drake has a bunch of dope music in the cut. I know he's been in the studio cooking up, but what's the point of cooking up when you're constantly ruining your hip hop appeal to the culture of hip hop, filing lawsuits against YouTubers that react to Not Like Us? It just looks corny from all angles. Optically, just from, if we were looking at it, it just makes Drake look like a sore loser, makes Drake look corny, especially since he was like, yo, I'm doing this for, you know, I'm doing this for the culture, the industry, shady, and Spotify and UMG. And it's just like insincere. And now, like, we're deep into the NFL playoffs. Pretty soon the halftime show is gonna come up, and Kendrick's not gonna let up off Drake, because I feel like Kendrick literally really doesn't like Drake. It's just not looking good, man. But the upside to this, I will say the upside to this, people really shouldn't feel sorry for Drake, because I mean, he's still Drake. Like, it's like, this is not, I feel like Drake needs to realize who he is too. Like, bro, you realize you're Drake, right? You're one of the biggest artists. You've been running, like I said, you've been running hip hop for so long, and you had all these hit records, all this success. You probably hooked up with every actress and model and IG model and OnlyFans. Like, you had a crazy good run, bro. You had a crazy, and you still got all your money that you made. Like, it's not like you're broke, struggling. You're super wealthy, bro. Good for life. Your friends are rich, or your mom is rich. You made your dad rich. Shoot, his dad is running around in like $1,000 suits, and I see him on TMZ and Instagram with like all these women, and that's his dad, not Drake, his dad. So I'm like, Drake has changed everybody's life around him, done amazing things. So it's like, bro, like, this is only as big a deal as you make it. This Not Like Us is just, it's an elephant if you think it's an elephant. You know what I mean? The Not Like Us is like a big deal if you make it a big deal, because the song has had its run. The song is, most people don't even listen to that song like that. That's not like a song everybody plays every day. It was a hit song. It was playing, ringing off in the clubs for I don't know how long. Now it's had its time. It's over. So it's like, I don't get holding on to this, man. Drake just has to let it go. So that's my rant about this situation. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one.